Over the past few weeks, I've spoken and shone light on the corruption and bribery that goes on at the Lagos International Airport, which has been very interesting for a lot of you guys to watch and giving you a platform to share your stories. But one thing that I've not really dived into is exactly why corruption is so prevalent at the airport. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you some possible reasons why corruption is the way it is at the airport. And also, I'll also be sharing with you what the government, what FAAN and other government agencies are working on, or they're saying they're going to work on to actually combat corruption at the airport. I have received over the course of the past few weeks insider information as to what's going on in the airport, why people are behaving the way they're behaving, why it's difficult perhaps for the government to stop corruption fully at the airport. I will be keeping a lot of these sources anonymous because, you know why. Let me know in the comment section what you think about some of these reasons behind why corruption is the way it is at the airport, and also what you think about the government's words or actions around what they're going to try and do to combat corruption. Is this something you think that we should take seriously, believe in, have faith in, that it would actually lead to lasting change? Or should we just wait and see? If it's your first time here, quick intro. My name is Sassy Funke and I'm a Nigerian travel and lifestyle content creator, really creating to help Nigerians navigate travel better and smarter. If that's you, please join this awesome community. Subscribe, hit that red button down below, and also hit the bell notification button right beside it. This ensures that you're always notified whenever I drop any awesome content, which I always do, right? Let's dive straight into the video. So the first possible reason behind corruption at that level at Lagos International Airport is, or could be, number one, the flawed hiring process of immigration and custom officials at the airport. This was something that actually shocked me. Maybe I'm naive, or I just don't know what's going on, but I was shocked. A number of my subscribers shared some insights on this. Let me read some of those comments to you right now. The first comment: Sassy, the airport officers pay about 2 million naira to be posted to the airport. Once at the airport, they have to make monthly payments to their bosses, who in turn have to make monthly payments to their own bosses. And it goes on and on. Every officer posted to the airport is expected to service their bosses. If not, they will be removed. So who will fire the officers? Nobody, because the bosses are in on the deal. Someone else left a comment and said, Sassy, officers have to pay to be deployed to lucrative posts, the same way youth corpers pay to be posted to lucrative places like Abuja, Lagos, and Port Harcourt. When I did my youth service years ago, I did not have money to pay, so I was posted to Kwara State. I enjoyed Kwara though. Officers have to make returns to the higher ups. During December festive season, officers pay expensive gifts for their bosses in appreciation for leaving them at those lucrative posts. Police officers too. They all want to be posted to lucrative checkpoints, and they show appreciation by making returns to the higher ups. If not, they will be posted to the desk duties. That is how it works, period, right? And someone shared this. Someone said a comment on Travel to Niger. This is not only with airport officers. In fact, all government offices in Nigeria are like this. Can you imagine someone earning a net salary of 300,000 with no extra sources of income, but built a house worth 50 million in just 4 years of working? Yes. So essentially, what has been said here is that the way, workers are being employed in the system is in a way whereby they need to find fun to sort of appreciate, to keep their jobs, right? And where they're going to find that fund is not from their salary, it's going to be from other sources of income at the airport. Essentially, a lot of people here are saying that the system is rigged. It's rigged to favor corruption. Like, let me know what your thoughts on this are. Have you heard about this before? Because it was completely new to me, but a lot of people basically like came out and said, this is how it works, Funke, don't be naive. And so shocking to me. Like, let me know if you have thoughts on this in the comment section below. Number two, another reason why the increase or the level of corruption at the airports is there are many multiple agencies working at the airport, right? From obviously like different agencies that actually report to different people, right? Customs, port health, NDLA, just many different agencies. And I believe, I don't know, but I believe all these agencies do not necessarily report to the same boss. They have, their own siloed reporting channels, right? And because there's so many agencies, the potential for corruption and things to feed in is much higher than if there was one governing agency, right? I think that, sounds plausible, right? But on the other hand, I'm sure in other countries they have different agencies, but I'm sure there are governing bodies that actually monitors all of them together. That might be the difference why it's maybe not the case in Lagos or Nigeria as a whole. The third and final reason why we see the level of corruption that we see at the Lagos International Airport could be because of the over-leased spacing. Someone actually shared some information with us, and someone said that the challenges, is also the over-leased spaces in the departure hall. There are 37 businesses and counting. Remember, it is almost unheard of to have any in a landside departure location, to have so many. And so therefore, this adds to the challenges for the authorities, right? So there's so many businesses with their own people, and we know this, right? Because a lot of times people talk about how even the toilet people, attendants are extorting for money. Even all those other businesses probably have other people that are just looming around that are, maybe not behaving in the right ways. And maybe a lot of time they don't have, the government or FAAN maybe does not have a governing sort of process for all these businesses to act and follow things in the right manner, right? So this can be a huge challenge too. So now let's talk about, what has been happening over the past few weeks with regard to what the government agencies are doing or are trying to do to curb bribery and corruption at the airports. I'm going to play a video that the head of FAAN, he shared with regard to, let me play this video.
All violations.
Okay.
Henceforth, all violations, any and all violations recorded or caught, FAAN will escalate, not necessarily within the airport anymore. We will write to the department at the airport, we will write to the agency or company's own headquarters to inform them, and the violator will lose his ODC. The ODC is on duty card, which means you lose your access card into the terminal. And we agreed it will be permanent. Once you lose your...
Okay, so quickly there, the head of FAAN is saying that any reported violations, this is why it's so important, guys, like if you can, actually report people, whether you use the channels that FAAN has said, email them, call them to actually report specific people, get their names, get their details, get just the timestamp of when things happened, right? They're saying that they're going to remove that person's on-duty card. Essentially, they're going to remove that person's access to the airport permanently, right? And they're going to reach out to whoever that person's, governing agency, business, wherever it is, and they're going to make sure that the person can no longer work at the airport.
Once you leave the ODC at the Nigerian airport now, henceforth, you will not get it back. If you are from a private company, you apply or let them get a new staff. If it's an agency, you have to get another personnel. When you will lose your on-duty card, you lose your privilege or your right to come into the terminal permanently. No more access to a FAAN airport. Secondly, we added that all personnel working in the airport, private or government, you must have your name boldly written on your front, the front of your jacket or your uniform.
I think this is so important, and I really hope, I'm going to be traveling soon actually. When I travel through Lagos International Airport, I'll be checking if this is true, that every single worker in the airport actually has to have their name there, because the truth is nobody knows who's a tout and who's actually a worker, who's there to scam people and who's actually, can be still scamming people, but it's, in a legal position, they're actually employed, right? So I think that is really, really important. You guys, let me know when you go through Lagos Airport. Are you actually seeing people with their name badges clearly written? Like, let me know.
FAAN will make sure that we'll go around now and check around to see if the names are written in very tiny letters. We will write to the agencies or the companies to make it bolder for ease of visibility.
There's no denying that there's been rent-seeking activity and indiscipline. Where we have the biggest challenge right now is probably the biggest and busiest airport in West Africa, the Lagos Airport. The challenges are manifold. The infrastructure is quite dated, but the federal government has prioritized the airport, and Nigerians will see a change in the near future. Suffice to say, there have been all those embarrassing videos lately. All of us have received them as they go viral. And we needed to reiterate, so all the airport managers and the heads of security and operations are here in this emergency meeting, looking at the strategies and the consequence management, importantly, on the perpetrators of these unfortunate acts. It cuts across agencies, it cuts across private sector, vendors that work in the airport.
Yeah, so essentially this, I believe that was the essay to the president on the ease of doing business, right? I think Dr. Jumoke Oduwole, right? And, they're having a meeting to discuss and making this high priority, right? Also, on the Tuesday, November 6th, I saw this on the essay's Instagram page. She said, on Tuesday, November 16, at the invitation of the Right Honorable Speaker, His Excellency Honorable Femi Jagbabiamila, I attended a sitting on the House of Representatives Joint Committees on Aviation, Customs, Interior, Health Services, Agricultural Services, Police, and Narcotics Drugs. In attendance were the agency heads of FAAN, NCAA, NIS, Port Health, NCDC, and Agri Quarantine. So basically all the agencies that are actually present at the airport. The meeting focused on the operations of the Lagos Abuja International Airport and discussed pertinent issues regarding the aviation sector in Nigeria today, proposing concrete steps that must be taken to ensure a better travel experience for both Nigerians and foreigners. So essentially, yes, they're basically meeting, they're talking, they're trying to put actions into place, and it seems they're moving and they're doing something, right? It might take a while to see, if the effects of their, actually, we might be quick to see the effect of what they're doing. My concern is how long with these effects, are they creating processes and systems that will last a long time, or that is just right now, it's just for, it's just viral, just to make things, to make everyone think, oh, everything is okay, right? But 1 year from now, is this still going to be the same, right? That's my concern. Yes, guys, I really hope you found this video useful. I hope it's giving you a little bit more insights with regard to, why there is so much corruption and what exactly the government is doing to combat it. In the future, I'll definitely share with you other updates with regard to government's action to eradicating corruption at the airports. I think Nigeria is a beautiful country. I think our airport is a gateway to who we are, what we stand for. And I'm super hopeful that, the image that has been created is an image of the past, right? And the future is much brighter. Thank you so much for watching this video. I appreciate all your love and support. I thank you for subscribing, being a part of the family. If you haven't subscribed yet, please make sure you hit subscribe. Give this video a huge thumbs up. And thank you. And I will see you on my next video. Bye.